Okay, we are watching shauryasxn playing Sigma on Midtown. Unranked so far, it's the beginning of the season, so it makes sense. But peak Silver 5 the previous season. This is what they said. The DPSs this game are pretty bad, but I did do pretty well. What could have done better overall? And what do you do when you have bad teammates? Please help me with how I can get better. My previous FPX experience is mostly in Valorant, and you were a Plat 2 on controller. So I wonder if this game's also on controller. So for starters, I think the first thing you can do better is have a better attitude. You're playing in the same games as your teammates, so pretty much by definition, you're at the same level as them. So if you think your teammates are bad, then you are also bad. That's just the honest truth. And I'm pretty sure when we watch this replay, we can find a million different ways that you could have played better, and lots of really obvious ways that you could have played better. So I think number one, stop blaming your teammates. Right, the only common factor between all your losses is you. So stop complaining about teammates and just figure out what you personally can do better. All right, looking at this game. So you're playing Sigma here, right? Good poke tank. You have as your supports Anna and Kiriko, so that's a lot of healing right there. Also a lot of utility, right? You have sleeps, you have anti-grenades, you have Suzu, you have Rush, you have Nano. You have a lot of options here that can help you do your job and also save you. For your DPS, you have a Torb and you have a Genji. So the number one thing I'm thinking about here is Genji's kind of like a spam and then dives, commits, which is not a great pairing with you, but it's like okay. Torb is a good flank control, a good defender of the back line, also pretty good at spamming, but I have to always recognize when I'm playing with Torb, where is the Torb turret? That's my job, is to always think, where is the Torb turret? Okay? You can't expect that your Torb will always have the turret in the right spot for you for a variety of reasons, most notably the 15-second cooldown when the turret gets killed. So you always have to be thinking, okay, where did the Torb put its turret, and then play around that. If you're playing somewhere where the Torb turret is not there after the Torb has put the turret down, that is your fault, right? If the Torb then throws a turret somewhere else after that, that's their fault. But you should always try to play around the turret, otherwise you're losing like half of the utility of Torb. Okay, so let's start. We're playing a defense here. You spam the door. For the record, this is pretty dangerous, surprisingly, playing this far up. Why? Two reasons. Number one, if they play dive. Number two, if they play rush. What does dive mean? Dive means they have a Winston. The Winston jumps immediately over the top. Okay, he bubbles you. Body blocks you, the team walks in and kills you. Is it likely? No, I mean, you got a lot of utility here, you're probably going to live, but it could burn a lot of resources and then force you to be playing way further up than you want to be. Okay? Number two, if they're playing Rush, okay? They have Lucio and Ryan, and they just speed into you and start swinging, and eventually you die. Again, likely happen? No, but that's something that I would be thinking about if I'm playing here. Because honestly, like, what value are you going to get from playing this angle right here? They're in their spot. It's not like you can get kills. It's not like you can appreciably slow them down. They're going to be able to walk at you no matter what. So I would just think about that. I definitely wouldn't rock here right at the start because you might need that rock if, for example, they have a Winston. Okay, release shield. It's fine. You're just spamming. All the pretty much on target. I don't know that you need to put up shield there, but it's fine. All right, so your Anna gets picked here. Is there anything you really could have done about that? I don't even know where your Anna was. Alright, Anna's just playing high ground. This is pretty foolish. Oh, she just get killed by the hero. Yeah, so nothing you do about that. I mean, yeah. I personally don't even like this spot all that much because for exactly what's about to happen is that the Ryan can flank you. But if you're going to be playing here and your turret's set up there, then there's not much you can do. You can't do anything about your Anna there. So now your Anna's dead. You immediately want to be thinking to back up. Why? Because it's a 4 and 5. You want to try to reset this fight if you can. All right, you're backing up, which is good. Oh, you're not backing up anymore. All right, I think trying to stay here is a bad idea. Because you see what happens is that your Ryan is now snuck behind you. So what space are you creating right now? You are basically isolating the Sojourn, but the Ryan is pushing into your backline right now. And you see how your Kiriko's already getting low? This is pretty silly. You're not doing your job. You need to back up here, and you need to mirror the Ryan. Right? You see? You lost your Kiriko, okay? And you have still not done anything. You're just slowly spamming the Sojourn with nothing. Okay, now you're turning backline. Hit the... Oh, that's an immediate kill. Right? The Soldier, or rather the Moira, is standing still relative to you, right? She's straight from left and right, but because you're, enfiladed her, right? You're basically perpendicular to her. She's moving in a way such that she's standing still. You hit the rock, which is good, immediately follow up with shots, and this is a one-shot, right? On 200 health heroes, this is a one-shot kill. And she was already low, right? There's no reason to not shoot immediately after the rock, get this kill. Alright, you still don't finish the kill. Moira lives. You saw the Moira live with 1 health. This is a big mistake by you. Huge mistake. That's like a bronze level kill right there. You should have had that kill for sure. No reason to not get that kill. The didn't take any skill whatsoever once you land on the rock. Alright, so now you're like, oh shoot, oh, I'm kind of in trouble here because I'm not getting healed. Well, why aren't you getting healed? Well, your Ana died initially, that wasn't your fault. Then your Kiriko died, which was your fault. So you have no supports here, which means that you need to get out of here or you need to die. Throwing this rock is a bad idea. Why? Because it's slowing you down. Why is slowing you down bad? Because the Soldier's coming after you because she knows that you're low. What purpose was throwing this rock? This rock isn't going to change anything about what's happening inside this room, right? You should just throw in shield, okay, and then use it to get out, right? Either that way or this way, either way. If you die here, it's a big mistake. You're extremely lucky not to die here.
Barrier initialized.
Okay, now Ryan's playing close. This is not a good angle for you, right? You can't possibly contest the Ryan from this angle. You also go and you pick up the mini for what reason? Right, you're 400, 490, 500, right? Then you walk into mini, you're already full. There's no reason to pick up this mini. You're just wasting time. Oh, you're rocking a shield. That does nothing, right? Rocking, like DPS is barely higher than just shooting normally. Don't waste long cooldowns doing absolutely no value, right? Just shoot it. But honestly, there's nothing you really do here. I mean, you can try to break shields and get through, but I think that I would just switch to the left side and play that angle because you're never getting through this choke. You know what I mean? Like even the Ryan drops his shield, he's just gonna stand right here. And then what do? Walk into him, and then he swings, and he kills you. Because you can't beat the Ryan at close range. If you could beat Ryan at close range, something is wrong with the balance of the game, right? Ryan is a melee hero with a giant hammer. There's no way that you can walk over here, you can challenge the Ryan coming out of a choke, where the rest of your team is going to be stuck behind you. You're just wasting time right now. Alright, more there, sitting silly, okay. You throw a rock, okay. I think, again, backing out here is the right call. You don't want to challenge the Ryan at close range. You see how much damage you've taken. You do grasp, but nothing was there when you grasped. 180, you start grasping like right now. There's nothing here to grasp. You see what I mean? Like worst case scenario, the Reinhardt somehow fire strikes you, but you can't because you just stunned him or the Ana slept him. So there's literally impossible for you to take any damage right now. There's the wrong time to grasp. You just put yet another long cooldown ability, right? 12 seconds. 12 seconds you don't grasp. Okay? You threw shots at the Rhine and they weren't even directs and he is sleeping on the ground. Right? You see how little damage you did to him because you splashed him. You didn't even hit the directs. Directs do 120 damage, which is a lot of damage. Okay? If he's sleeping on the ground, you have to be able to hit that. Okay, Echo's in the air. Right? I think challenging her right now is a good call. The shield is okay at best. I think ultimately, kind of, at this point, now that the doors have opened and you lost your opportunity, like I think looking at her initially and trying to shoot her was fine, but now that that's happened, I think you have to put the shield down and then try to like make sure you stay alive here because the soldier's gonna farm you for charge. Alright, Ryan charges. You don't react to this in any way. Right? You have rock available. In fact, not only do you not react to this, you actually walk towards him to make this even easier for him. Right? You see how you're drifting forwards? Yeah, you see you move forwards? Yep. And then you get charged, you get grabbed. Okay. I think somebody probably saved you with Suzu. Something just happened here that you didn't get charged into the wall. Right? He's purple. Stay at Suzu. Okay. Sojourn's purple or glowing here, so she's getting one-shot potential. Though, I guess with the patch, not one-shottable anymore. So I want to intercept the Sojourn, right? I want to get between the Sojourn and my team. I want to put up shield, a grasp, just shoot her, anything, body block, anything to prevent her from killing a teammate. Right? This is a good position from you, right? I think you want to step back now. I don't know if you can actually contest this, because once the Ryan gets close, you're in big trouble, okay? Once the Ryan gets close, always big trouble. You saw the Echo was low. You saw the Echo was low right here. I think you're trying to aim at her, but the Ryan is in your way. Right? I think that was a juicy shot. The thing is, like, if you shoot to the left here, maybe you kill that Echo. But you're low right now. You're super low, right? When you throw rock, you think about throwing rock. I think you have quite a few opportunities here to grasp, honestly. Right, like right now, you see if you grasp right there, you would have eaten that charged Sojourn shot, in addition to a bunch of other shots, which would give you like 250 plus health, in addition to not losing health. Then you would be a 750 health monster right now, and then you could kill the team. But instead, you're super low. You want to ulti, okay? You get nanoed, okay? So you do the whole nano rock, okay? Or rather, the whole lift. Okay, so you lift people. Lifting does 50 damage plus half of their maximum health. So for 200 health heroes, it does 150 health damage, which means all you do is 50 damage to somebody who's 200 health for them to die. Now, let's look at this. What have you lifted? You lifted the Sojourn, you lifted the Rhine, and you lifted the Moira. Okay? Is the Ryan going to die here? No. There's no world where the Ryan is going to die here. He already has shield up and he has supports alive. There's no scenario where the Ryan dies. You want to secure kills here. So number one, I look at the Sojourn. Okay? Did you know the Sojourn was that low? Maybe, maybe not, right? I think it's a good choice here just to attack the Sojourn, right? Number two is if I'm going to do this, I step through this and then shoot the Moira, who has faded way too early. Right? You see the Moira has completed fade and she's still in the air. I would be either trying to hit her in the air, or if I'm too late, like I am right now, I aim it right where she lands. That way she immediately eats it and then dies. Okay? You attacking the Rein here is the worst possible option. Again, notice the Rein did not die here. Okay? But you could have killed the Moira, for sure. Right? Again, with just slightly better mechanic, you can kill it. Okay, once again, you're like running to Rein's face because you think this is going to work. I also think the Rein has gotten a lot of hits in. I would think Shatter now, right? Shatter, Shatter, Shatter. Rein, right? 2 fights typically is the average pace for Reins to get Shatter. This is now the second fight. I would expect Shatter any second now. Also, you see how low health you are? Okay, and you die. Right? Because once again, you could have lived if you're just not standing in the Rein's face letting him hit you. Rein wants to get close to you. Don't let him do that, right? You have no need to be playing close to people. Use your range, right? At the end of your range is your best possible fight. Alright, so you're walking forward right now. Sojourn's clearly, I would bounce shots off this left wall to discourage the Sojourn, right? Because you can also get hits here. Sojourn's grossly out of position. I think that I would start immediately with Rock here, right? To potentially get the kill. Right? The Sojourn's trying to kill your Ana right now. You see your Ana's low. So she's greeting right now. Okay? Throw Rock, right? Start throwing the Rock. Nope, nope. You're just not going to register. You barely hit her. Okay, you once again throw Rock into a Rein shield, which is, okay, great, like he ate it. What difference does that make? Did that help you win a fight? No, that Rock does nothing. Literally nothing. You might as well just not thrown it. You know what is higher value? You see the Sojourn right here? Okay, that's a potential, right? Again, single one-shots heroes, one-shots 200 health heroes with a Rock plus 2 shots. In fact, yeah, I mean, you have to direct them, but yes. Okay, so you have to make a call here. Are you going to try to contest? Oh, nope. Door's already down. There's no, right, they kept it. There's no reason to contest here. Right, this fight's over. Just back up. Get a better position. You throw a rock into nothing. I would like to pause for a moment and say, oh, you're like really trash talking DPS here. You're doing nothing. Like actually doing nothing. The only kill you've gotten so far is on the Sojourn who got lifted when she was already low, and I think a teammate got a kill. Do you have any eliminations now? I don't think so. I think at this point it's been like 3 minutes. I don't know that you have an elimination. Like maybe something that somebody else killed, but I don't remember you killing anyone. You certainly don't have any final blows on anybody, right? After 3 minutes, so I don't know who you're blaming here. All right, continuing rush starts. So I don't know if you spam this or you actually react to his charge. Yeah, that's super lucky. So you once again were spamming your Rock the way you always do, and the Rein happened to start a charge, which was very silly on the Rein's part. The Rein should have waited for your Rock, then charged, then killed you. So this works out in your favor, but very lucky that it did. Okay, so after you rock the Rein, let's look at this. Okay, I think maybe you're trying to rock the Moira, which I kind of understand, but rock the Rein. You have full health right now. What do? Now's a good time for me to use my defensive grasp while no one is shooting at me. Okay, and I have full health. That is not good ability usage. Okay, kill the Echo. Oh, you gotta hit those threats. Okay, so as a reminder, you can bounce attacks off the ground. If you're having trouble hitting people like dead on when they're really low, just bounce it off the ground so it will splash in their face. It only does like 20, 25 damage per shot, right, per splash, but that's more than enough to kill both of these heroes, right? There's no reason to not get these kills right now. Again, see how you're trying to direct her? Like if you just bounce them off the ground, that would guarantee the kill without requiring to aim so much. Alright, so if I can get some kills, you're not registering what's happening back here. You can't move those. You see how okay, those are bad moves. So Rein is a giant target. So let's go back here. You cannot miss any shots here ever if you want to climb. You see how your second shot's way off? And same thing here, right? First shot on target, second shot way off again. Right? These are shots you have to be hitting. Like against thin targets, yeah, understandable, right? At this distance, yeah, understandable. Against a tank, right, at close range, you got to hit 100% of those shots, or at least 90% of those shots. You missed 50% of them, which is pretty bad. This is not a good spot to be standing, as you notice if you just suddenly eaten all the shots. You might think, oh, it doesn't really matter, like I take some damage. That's a build ult charge for the enemy. You don't want to take those damage unnecessarily, right? Also, your shield's already at 483. You're kind of spamming here. Pretty much always be spamming, right? Like when you turn back here, there's like a kind of a micro optimization. I would spam this doorway because you're stepping back. You're turned back anyway, like clearly to back up. So you might as well spam in case somebody's trying to come through there on the flank route. Okay, so they pop ulti. What do you do now? Probably back up, right? I don't want to give that Echo easy ult charge here. and be able to walk over my team. I also recognize that I'm not able to control this right flank from here. If you step back to like here, right, or here, or here, then you can control both avenues in. Stepping here totally gives up the right. Thankfully, the other team's not really using it, but I'm noting that. Okay, Zarya's fully bubbled, and she's behind the cart, so nobody else can actually shoot her. What is your reaction? I'm going to shoot the bubbles. Why? Who on your team can help you kill this Zarya, okay? It's like, yeah, the Cassidy's over here, but, like, there's no reason to be shooting this bubble. The Zarya's low energy, still far from your team. No reason to shoot that bubble. Okay, good rock, right? You missed the shot, wildly missed the shots, despite the fact that she's stunned and stationary. I would say, as a general rule, you can't miss people. Okay, you Sigma ulti. I think you should push this further to the right because nobody's over here. Okay, lifted them. I would try to kill Cassidy here. Okay, you miss, right? But you still enough that you kind of force that coil ulti. Okay, good enough. Okay, good kills on the Moira. Okay, again, think about bubbles, right? Always think that Zarya is going to have bubbles. I don't know how the Zarya just dodged that, but it's fine. So again, yep, keep putting shots in. No, stop using the Zarya. Right? Okay, now she has no bubbles, so if you're going to kill her, you can kill her right now. Right? She just used both bubbles, so you know she's going to die here, right? Yep. Good, right? That's a good kill. So you see how much trouble you're having because you're getting attacked from both the left and the right? You're constantly having to swing back and forth. And honestly, they're not doing a good job of it, like pressuring you at the same time. But at higher levels, this will result in your death. You getting caught in the open like this from two different avenues will result in you dying. You should play back, right? Or play like right here, right? Or right here. You have a lot of options, but where you are, not good positioning. Okay, so once again, you have this flick problem, right? It's really common for a lot of especially lower rank players. So you see this, and you're like, oh, let me shoot her, right? Watch how much you overflick this, right? Way off target. There's no world where that could possibly have landed in a hit. So you need to work your aim mechanics there. I don't know if I agree with that rock, but that's fine. I mean, she's still so far away that I wouldn't worry about it. I think it's good. You're doing a good job trying to put pressure on her, preventing her from attacking your team. That I think is the right call. Nope, soldier, nothing you do with that. I think you have some juicy shots here that you're missing, like right here. That's good, right? This right here is excellent for you to shoot, but you see you're gonna clip the car here, which loses one of these really important shots. Lucky that you hit Tamora. So when I hear right there, I guess it's Huff because of the angle, but I would immediately look at where he is and throw a shield to him. But yeah, he's pretty far from you. I don't you about that. I release shield right now. I don't think shield's not doing anything. Okay, good, right? Echo's trying to walk forward and kill people. I think you got to be punishing. You almost are able to. Right. Problem is she gets bubbled right here, and you don't have rock. Could you have saved her? Well, what did you end up using rock for? Yeah, I don't think you had to use rock there, and I think that if you save that rock, this is the reason why I keep saying like don't have rock on cooldown, or rather on cooldown, is because of stuff like this. A rock is an insta kill here, and it saves. Right? Save rock for when you, and again you're shooting the echo. Like, there's nothing down there. You're in big trouble here, right? Also because you don't have grass, because I don't know why you use grass. Like you're full health right now. Like you're using grass when you have 512 health. There's no reason to use grass. Also, if you just shot her there to do some damage, she would have ultimately died before killing someone as well if you weren't grasping. So now you have no grasp, your shield's super low, and you have no rock. Right? They're gonna push into you. Instead, you walk forward into them, right? Despite the fact knowing that you're down at least your Cassidy, right? Followed by using two more. Like you're walking forwards, right? You see how you're walking forwards? This is a bad mistake. Okay, now you walk forwards, and now you're gonna die. Be looking for ulti opportunity. I would be thinking that the Zarya should be pretty close to Grav because she's been out for a while. There's been like two and a half fights basically. I would expect that she's gonna have Grav here, or it already has Grav, or is going to have Grav very soon. Ideally, I'd be pressuring the Zarya to force her to grab in a bad spot, like before she wants to. But in this situation, you kind of need to walk forward and contest the cart, which is unfortunate. I'd probably go left side of the cart and just keep attacking this backline right now. Well, for an opportunity, yeah, he's good. Again, wildly off on your shots. You should have had that kill. You still have Sigma ulti here. I think you should be thinking about that. I would try to force Fade or Suzu. Make sure that they're going to die to this. I mean, you have some options here. Grasping the laser Zarya is not the option because grasp doesn't stop laser. Also, you end up taking a ton of damage here. Also, you could have popped ulti. Right? You could have popped ulti right now and just popped it. Is that a great idea? I mean, the fight's about to be over, so it gives you some chance maybe because you're not going to be able to use this. You're not going to be able to survive long enough to use this but this is why I wanted you to use Flux earlier. Right? They get killed and they cap. So far I would say, I mean, number one is your ability usage is not good. Shield usage, okay. I would say that in particular your grasp and your rock are just not good.
Ready for battle.
Okay, great. So you flanked around them with your supports, but your DPS are separated from you. What is your plan now? You're gonna touch the point. You think you're gonna gap this point? Is that what you think is gonna happen right now? Because that's not what I think is gonna happen. I think that their team is gonna collapse. The thing is, like, you have two on the other side. Their whole team is kind of between you and them. They can collapse into you. Like, they can do 5-on-3 before the rest of your team can do anything about it. So I think walking to the point here, thinking you're gonna cap, is probably a mistake. Right? I think that in that scenario, I probably would have flipped the script, started putting pressure on them, and then came high ground right now, and then forced them to come up at me, where I'm like virtually invincible, and give my DPS time to collapse. Okay, Moira's chasing down your backline. This is another example where you cannot miss shots. Right? I would throw shield here to try to help my Ana, allow her to shield dance. Okay, walk in front is good enough. Okay. Stay. It's a great rock opportunity. Rock would have killed her. Right? Now your DPS are doing work, right? You bought enough time that your DPS have been able to kill people. I don't know what the complaint is about the DPS. Sit here. Just good shot. Alright, I think it's a great idea to keep progressing here. Right, Suzu's unfortunate. I would throw shield right now, and then okay, that works. Grasp works. Okay, you have ulti right here. I would strongly consider ultiing. Okay, I know that the card's going to be like at least pretty close to me right at this point. Wait, yeah, you have all your DPS here. It's hard when I'm skipping forward because I don't actually know always if everyone's there. Right, Junk is for sure here, and if Ferris here, yeah, I would 100% Flux here. Yep, you're way too far forward. You got to pull it back. Yep, a little slow, right? I would also have moved it even further back to make sure nobody gets out of it. Kill Lucio first. Nope. Alright, so you missed the Ashe. You've got no kills out of this so far. Okay, you finally got one. You could have killed both, honestly. Right? Now you're moving backwards, which is interesting because you could be putting pressure, but you're like, okay, you want to go help the Orisa? Fine, that's fine. Right? Shield up and just shield in front of you and then just go kill this. Right? Shield to prevent them from helping the Orisa. You're super low right now, so I would assume that something's going on with my supports. Either they're dead or unable to see me, that I'm not getting healed, so I'll chill a little bit. Right? Again, I would force this Kiriko fight, right? Like, Kiriko cannot kill you. As a tank, you could win almost all 1v1s, especially as Sigma, who's one of the best duelers in the game. Okay, so they're running Monkey, which is a good counter against Winston. Alright, pressure on him. Oh, actually, the Ashe. I think that you could kill her if you aim those orbs slightly further down. You're aimed a little too high. Okay, watch that. Slow speed. So you see how you shoot them high as though she can keep flying in the air? If you splash them just slightly down, you see how low she is? That would have killed her. Okay, so an important thing when you're playing against Monkey is you don't want to stack with the rest of your team, because then the Monkey gets to zap all of you and build ult charge really, really fast. You want to be playing like a little ahead of your team, and then you can collapse back behind the Monkey, for example, if he decides to jump. Or if he fights you, it's fine, just fight him. You can easily beat Monkey. It's not an issue. Okay, Monkey throws. Okay, so Bob's there. I think good idea to shield him off. Right, now you're gonna fight here. Grasp him again, grasp where nobody is there. You could have gotten that kill easily just by tracking her the whole time. Alright, so now we're into the problem where you're collapsing your team. So once the Juicer jumps into you, then everybody gets zapped. I think chill here, right? Just chill, just play corner. Okay, Tiger's coming. Oh man, he missed it. I think you got hit those. You're running a straight line. I think you definitely got hit that second one. There's a lot of misses here. Oh, this is hard to watch. You missed a lot, but they're not contesting the card anyway, so you'll take it. And then you somehow die here. I mean, so the reason why you're taking so much damage, by the way, is because you're walking in the bubble, so your supports can't heal you. That's the reason. I don't know if you recognize that, but that's why you're dying. This stuff doesn't really matter because, again, we're just capped. But just noting that, you probably don't realize or think about that regularly anyway. Okay, so you got Grasp, Theroclust, they used Bubble, which is great. I mean, I love the fact they used Bubble. I'm thrilled. I would think about grasping like pretty much right away after this. Okay, I want to step up a little bit. Like that, right? So anytime now, right? Perfectly reasonable grasp, or rather, flux. Shot there. Again, good flux opportunity at any point here. Okay, again, kill one of them. Focus on one of them. Anyone but the tank. You're gonna shoot tank. Yeah, you're gonna shoot tank. I knew you were gonna shoot tank. You're gonna shoot the full health tank versus the Lucio and the Sojourn right here, who could easily die. Is a big mistake. Right? Oh no! Now I've made a mistake, and now you're bubble dancing inside here, so no one's able to heal you. Okay, and you die. That was a terrible ultimate. An absolutely terrible ultimate. Again, because you're just attacking the tank instead of attacking the very vulnerable 200 health heroes. I don't think it's a good rock. I think you're trying to hit the Kiriko though, which I understand.
Stays in motion.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Okay, so you've lost one. Bob's up. I think you back up here and just use Grasp. Okay, well, there's good purple, but I think you still back up here and Grasp. Yeah, or kill the monkey. See, right? That's a good thing. It's like the other team will make mistakes. That's something I really want to emphasize, especially in Silver. The other team is going to make mistakes, and often you just need to play safe and wait for the other team to do stupid things. In the same way that you also make mistakes and they can capitalize on it, you can just chill sometimes and just play with your team and wait for the monkey to do something silly like what he just did right there when he died. Okay, so your backline is just kind of getting killed here, and you're just not responding to it at all. You're fighting in here. Okay, the second that beat gets dropped, I don't want to fight anymore. They all have plus 700 health. Why are you trying to take a fight right now? I know you're nanoed, but like that's fine. Like you forced out beat. Just back up. Just back up. Play here. Okay. Wait. Beat out. Right? Because beat's gonna last longer than your nano will, and then come back and fight. And now you see, because now the Sojourn, right, with beat, like you see, it's still over health, is charging into your team. If you played back here, okay, you would have been able to help your Ana here, and your Kiriko would notice and be able to help as well. This is a big mistake for you trying to force this fight right now. Okay, so I hear Pharah ulti go off, right? My Pharah's gonna kill 2. I want to push the pace of this right now. Right, again, push forward really aggressively. Right, that's good. Right, go for Lucio. Lucio's kind of on the ground here. Yeah. Turn around, immediately start going forwards again. You want to try to hunt down the Kiriko for Swift Step. Right, she Swift Step. Okay, great. This is an excellent opportunity to use Flux. Right, because she used Swift Step and she used Suzu. So if you Flux her here, you're guaranteed to kill her, and you probably kill the Sojourn as well. And that would probably be fight winning. Right? Even though, like, you still have a long way to go, just them being staggered is huge. So I would have fluxed right here. So now you're down 2. What do you need to do? I need to back up here. I don't know if you realize you're down 2. You're not playing like you're down 2. Like, So you hear all this shooting that's going on behind you? It's because they're killing the rest of your team and just ignoring you. Right? Like literally, the Sojourn is running past you. I'm gonna play this back so you can watch this. Okay. You see the shooting, right? Shooting at your Ana, ignoring you, shooting at your Ana, shooting at your Ana, shooting at your Ana, killing your Ana, killing your Junkrat. Okay, cool. Are you gonna blame your team for this? The Sojourn literally slid behind you, like you could have meleeed her to go into that room to go kill your team. What exactly are you doing here? Right? What are you like zoning out the Lucio? Is that what you're doing here? No, you're not doing anything of value, right? You're doing literally nothing of value. Just people are making crazy decisions around you that are easily capitalizable. Right? Wait, I'll go back and so you can watch this again, right? Like so many things that you could do here. Okay, it's like, yeah, you killed the Echo, but you should have never been playing that far forward. You play back here, right? You prevent the Sojourn from ever doing that, and you're in a much better position. Now you have to wait for your team to spawn. You're still holding Flux, which I think is reasonable because you're 3 on 5 right now. Repairers. Okay, so another thing to recognize is enemies are always shooting at somebody, right? They don't shoot into the air. When I see this right here, I see the Sojourn over here shooting up in the air. What's she shooting at? Oh, she's shooting at my teammate. Is there anything I can do to prevent the Sojourn from shooting at my teammate? That's your mentality that you should be thinking right now. Okay? Forget about the D.Va. You and the D.Va can't do anything against each other. Okay? I think I would be shooting this Sojourn or trying to rock the Sojourn or do anything to help my Pharah out. Because otherwise, that happens. Now the Pharah dies. What are you supposed to do? Well, now you're down 1 again. Wait. You still held Flux this whole time. You've been holding Flux so long, you could have farmed almost another Flux by now. Which is why I think you should be aggressive with ultimates. Okay, big juicy shots, great opportunity for Flux here, right? You could have gotten a 5-man Flux. Okay, so now you're gonna lift. The problem is, right? Does Kiriko have Suzu? Does she have Swift Step? Okay, do they have D? Nope, they don't have anything. And again, you're floating towards them. Okay, so I would shoot the Sojourn once, and I shoot the Sojourn once. The Kiriko once and the Sojourn once, and then they both die. Again, you didn't kill the Kiriko there, for the record. Right? You should have had both of them. Right? That is a very straightforward, easy, executed kill. Okay. So, because you didn't kill Kiriko, Kiriko kills your Ana. You're not killing this Lucio who has 1 health in front of you. Pretty bad missing going on right now. They feel the franticness of the aim. Okay, they pop beat. What do I do when they pop beat? Just back up. I cannot kill them. Right? Look at this Echo. This Echo right now has 800 health. there's nothing that's happening right now. Just back up, okay? You just kill 35 seconds. The most important thing is not to waste resources right now in killing people who are basically invincible. Right? Now you're grasping despite the fact that she's using a beam attack, which does not get grasp. That's right, non-projectile. Okay? D.Va's try to go in. So again, you're just not going to use your shield here. You're going to die. Okay, so again, let's think about this, okay? So you should have backed up initially, right? As we were established, when beats popped, back up. Number 2, D.Va's flying into me. I'm going to assume that D.Va knows something that I don't. You know what I mean? Like, the D.Va's not flying into me because she's expecting to lose her mech. She's flying into me because she's expecting to win whatever the fight is going to happen here. So I want to keep backing up, right? Okay? Because again, she popped this. So you should not have been using your shield so early. You weren't actually in danger. You see how much health you have when you pop that shield out? This is a big mistake, okay? You have 420 health when you pop that shield out, okay? 419. You could have simply kept backing up, right? Recognize, okay, she's going to throw a bomb here. This is a bad bomb, by the way. Like, I think at higher levels, this bomb does literally nothing. And then thrown a shield out at the last second to prevent the bomb from killing you, right? And you're casting. So, huge mistake by you. All right, so now you're forced into 10 seconds. I don't even know if you can be able to touch card here. I don't think so, based on the time. Okay, so let's pause. What is my summary for what? Well, first of all, I will cover your core idea, which is your DPS, or the DPSs in this game were pretty bad. I think that their DPS played well, well enough. Your DPS were okay, but frankly, you did them 0 favors. So I think you belong in this game. I think everybody in this game played about what I would expect for Silver 5. Number one. Number two is I think your ability usage across the board is just not very good. I think that you throw rocks when you don't need to, and you don't have it when you need to. When you actually land rocks, you aren't able to secure kills out of it, which is like a critical combo you have to learn on Sigma. You use grasp all the time when either aren't being targeted, or you're high health, or you're being zapped by a beam, right? And your ultimate usage, I think generally when you decide to use it was fine. I think I generally agreed with when you decide to use it, but you're once again failing to execute the kills out of Flux. And I think you must do that if you plan on climbing as Sigma. Like it is inherently built in the same way that with Cassidy, like in the old flashbang, like you were expected if you stun somebody to be able to kill them. Like nobody was gonna climb ever if you couldn't consistently kill people after you stun them. In the same way as Sigma, if you hit them with a rock at close range, or you flux a 200 health hero who's not being healed, you are expected to always kill them. I would say 80 to 90% of the time, you must get that kill. So I think those, like mechanically, biggest problems. There's also lesser things in here around like game sense and positioning that are like not ideal. I talked several times where you would like step forward, when you should step back, when you should step forward. I think those are actually less important than being able to execute the core mechanics and the ability usage. All right, I'll stop there. Hopefully that's helpful.